Welcome to this 1:11 in the AM broadcast of centrifugal forces, dynamic equilibrium, and pent alta ultra. Let's see. Let's put a bunch of words together. I don't know where I was going to go with that one, the last one, but here, plug for this thing. Good job. Way to go. What are you guys doing? What are you going to get into? Let's talk about the difference between centrifugal and centrifugal forces, and what does that have to do with your life? And we even use dynamic equilibrium, and also uh, let's use the words. Hmm. Hmm. Let's use we could try that one. Or we could do another different one. You can get into a different pitch or key or tone or whatever. I don't know how you guys want to play. But obviously, nobody shows up at this hour anymore. What's going on here? This used to be prime real estate for making videos. And I guess you guys partied so hard during the day with your time off that you don't stay up late anymore. Who knows? It's always a little more energizing to have people around. But it is also nice to have time to just consider the whimsy. Hmm. The simple things, the simple meditations. Uh, if you wonder what I'm staring at, there's a candle across the room, and there's a little bit of a glare from the TV that's on right now, so it's a little tough to stare correctly, directly at it, because the white of this television screen is not really functioning well with my eyes to meditate on that and um, make headway into what I need to say. I don't need to say anything, but I was waiting for someone to show up. And it's always curious when people jump into the room and then they don't say damn thing. And I'm like, what are these people? Are they robots? Are they just like why? What is the? I still don't understand the purpose of some of the robots that come here and just say shit. Had a couple shows where like it was just like robot after robot. I was like, what is the point? Why so many? Like it didn't. What do you guys get? Like, why? What are you doing here? This is not the bot you were looking for. Yeah. I do want to get into this concept though, and I really was hoping I could illustrate it by the number of people that showed up, and hmm, maybe I'll save it for another time. After I, huh? Oh, anybody ever see that Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy? It's like was that a Kids in the Hall Canadian troupe of comedians? Well, I'm hoping that some people show up, but I don't suppose they will. So I think I'm gonna change the title of the show to I'm just gonna babble about nothing if nobody shows up. I get it. Speaking into the wind, but the door's not open, so we get stuck in here. It would be centrifugal force, so it would be vortex that I'd be creating, and you guys wouldn't get anything out of it. And it's weird. It's weird because I like to have what you call shareable waves of things, and if If the door isn't open, it doesn't really escape the room, and it becomes like a portal of sorts. See, that if you guys were here, you could. I would like to share that with you, but it wouldn't make sense to do it. Doing anything by yourself is just such a very lonely enterprise. Yeah, it's all inside of you, but who wants to just be that lonesome goose running through the realm by themselves? It's it's nice to have downtime, self-time, reflection time, but I think most people would consider it's, you know, most people needed it, like, certainly, because they didn't even know how to. So first they were freaking out, and they kind of got comfortable being by themselves, and then it became like the self-isolation thingy. It became, there's like a nuance to it, that if you already meditated and you already, oh, okay, now it's just silly. It's just silly because it's not. You can't. These other people that this is happening to, they're being. You can't force someone to meditate. You can't force someone to be uh, on in their own little space. Like they are, but they're not doing. They're not doing what's the right things for themselves. All you hear about is like people just like consuming more ramen, consuming more like what's the meme today? Yeah, everybody's just like, what's your grocery bill? Like entertainment zero, going out and drinking zero, food and alcohol at home $1,200. Like there's like there's nothing. Nobody does anything else. They just sit home and they eat. It's like they don't go, well, I'm gonna go check the refrigerator again, and they're gonna have food in the refrigerator, and then they're gonna run out. And they're gonna go, shit, gotta go buy more food. That's all people are doing is just overeating. It's like, what? Like, all right, it's amplifying people's. I don't know. It's not helpful for people that don't take the path of hermetic, the hermetic arts by themselves. To be hermetic on your own accord is a delightful journey, and it's challenging at times, but to like most people are forced, and like this whole idea, like they feel forced into it, and like, hey, like stay inside, don't do anything, go to where, and they just don't. It, there's no like the reflection doesn't even occur to them. It's just more eating, more watching the Netflix, more of that. It doesn't. They're like, oh, today I could turn the TV off, and they're not doing that. They're like, oh, wow, another fucking 8 hours to watch Netflix. another fucking another journey to the refrigerator, to the great beyond. I seen this really cute cartoon by the Awkward Yeti, and it's always well, not always, but most of the time it's the heart and the brain talking. And the heart was like, let's go to the refrigerator, brain. And the brain's like, we already went to the refrigerator. And then and the heart goes, I want to go again. And he's like, and the brain says to the heart, but we already been to the refrigerator. You already know there's nothing in there. And the heart goes, I know that, but I've lowered my standards this time. And they go back to the refrigerator and find something that a little less valuable. Like they didn't really want that. They'll eat it. They'll eat it anyways. Yeah. So we're not gonna get into centrifugal and centrifugal force if no one shows up in comments, because I yeah, it does engage me enough to want to desire to share my thoughts in real time with other. It seems like there's other human beings anywhere. Are you out there? Are you out there? Are you out there? Which yeah. Hmm. What's up, Will Johnson? What's up, dude? What you go? What you? Good to see you, man. I didn't think anybody was gonna show up for this non sequitur of shows, but I'm doing a sequence. Here's the thing. I'm doing a sequence of non sequiturs. Go figure that out. Find me a mathematician to show me what a sequence of non sequiturs is. I mean, that's pretty simple to do, but not really. Comedians know sequences of non sequiturs. I mean, at least the best do. Yeah, so I was looking up the other day um, the largest vocabularies by hip hop artists and who had the biggest vocabularies. And I've always wondered where, not I'm not a hip hop artist. I don't rap. I mean, I a little bit fuck around and yeah, I'd call myself an artist. I'm hip hop, but I'm not like, like that. I wonder where I'd fit into that because I don't tend to get into too many very 25-cent words too often. I don't want to confuse too many people. But I wonder where I'd fit into that. Like how many thousands of words have I used? And like how extensive is my vocabulary? Like most people have a vocabulary of between I don't know, what 5 and 20,000 words. And if you're very intelligent, 60,000 words. Like that's kind of it. What is it, like 250,000 in the English language? The English lexicon, if you will. 100,000 is you're fucking beyond genius. 60,000 is if you're like you got scholarship, Rhodes Scholar. I think these are the numbers. I could be fucking way off. So if you do me the solid, bro, look it up. Like what's the common number of words that somebody knows? I think 5,000 is about like 5,000 is like where if you get your GED, and then 10,000 is like you should be like graduating high school, and like 20,000 is like collegiate. Are you gonna do that? Thank you. And hopefully, dude, I would be so surprised if I'm right because I learned these things before I went and took my Mensa tests. Before. Yeah, I think it's 5, 10, 20, 60, 100. I think those are the numbers, and 250. I wouldn't gamble on it, but I feel good about that. Average person has 20,000. There you go, 20,000. There you go. So the five for like kid growing up, 10 for graduate, 20,000 if you do college. So 20,000, yeah. 60 if you're going to like a MIT. 60,000 is like you're there, and 100,000 is the shit, right? And 250 is the lexicon. Is that about right? I feel pretty good with being close about that. I don't know how I remembered any of that. I don't even know how I was even near the right numbers. Some things just stick in your brain a little bit. You've been forgetting words recently? Like in what way? Like you're forgetting them in the sense that you knew what they were and you just can't grasp them. They're just out of your reach, or like you got a touch of the Alzheimer's. Is that what you're saying? You're not that old, are you, Will? You're not that old. What's the word about forgetting words? Yeah, exactly. What's the joke about the dude with Alzheimer's and cancer? Forgot about having cancer or whatever. How's that go? I know. That's what I was. I know. That's what I was. Maybe you got a touch of the Alzheimer's. I don't know. Or do you smoke too much weed, man? Bruh, I'm 21. Yeah, I don't know. Shit. You sound like a fucking pothead, or maybe you play too much. I mean, if you're being serious and it's like and you can't figure out why, too many video games, too much other things going in your mind, too much focus in a different direction. Maybe not, maybe a little more of that Bruce Lee type thing. Be like water, be a little less. Don't think too hard about it, and the word comes to you. You ever see me when I'm struggling to fuck it? I'm like, oh fuck it. It's like just give me a second, it'll come to me, and I'll start talking, and I'm like, oh, there's the word. You know. You try not to latch onto things, and it will find its way to you. There's that. And there's also just being stressed. There's that, and there's also just like, well, I mean, there's maybe like three or four major things that could be, but uh, oh, because you've been beyond into those realms, I could see what like when you're so awestruck by like some sort of experience, mystical, dream world, psychedelic type things, and you just like, oh, I could explain it, but and it's too baffling for words. If you ever done salvia, DMT, or any of the other really heavy things, and you just go, what's that thing that Ellen Watts said about time? I know what time is, but when I go to speak about it, I can't explain it. It vanishes. I'd like to show it to you, but yeah, you can never really express what I really want to in words. Hmm. What's your background? Like, were you ever into words? Were you ever literary? You know? Yeah. I don't know. I've just done so many different things. I did when I was what shit when I was 21. Do you know how like was honestute, honestute, incapacitated using language? I was fucking like I didn't even have the to make the like there was not even a thing going on there to make the words. There was not that wasn't even occurring. There was no. I could write sometimes, but just turning the images into words wasn't even there. It was none of that. It was just like I wasn't a dummy by any means, but I wasn't a into language arts at all. Oh, you're an English major? Damn, that sucks. That sucks for you, Will. Damn. They're clumsy. Oh, isn't that great when they're befuddling and clumsy and they just fumble all over your lips? You just kind of like look at you're like. Do you think it's maybe it's this? Let's try this. Maybe it's because you just assume that everybody else won't understand what you're saying anyways. So you're trying to be so precise with your language that you end up trying to over-explain yourself, and by over-explaining yourself, it takes away from the meaning that would be so simple, and they should get it without you having to say the whole thing. Does that make sense? Is that oftentimes I felt that way and been there. I'm just like, there's not a million words or one word I could say to this person they'll never understand. Maybe it's less to do with you and more to do with what your expectations are of the listener. Try that. Try that. Yeah, the expectations of the listener. Um, so okay, well, so some of the greatest authors, you know what they do? They don't give a fuck about the listener. Start to give two shits about what the listener hears because they're gonna hear what they want anyways. They're gonna they're gonna they're gonna devise their own perception of whatever you write down in a book. You could take the greatest books ever, and there's some allegory there, and well, here's what he meant, and here's what he meant. Like motherfucker, I said the cake had blue icing on it, and they're like, what he really meant was the sky was colored, but the icing was like no, B, I just said the cake has blue icing. That's all. No, but what we really was saying was like. Then you get frustrated and you're, how do I explain it? Okay, the frosting that came from sugar and cream that I whipped up in a thing that made and put on top of the cake that came out of the oven 350 degrees, and the cake came. Then all of a sudden you're making a fucking cookbook. Get rid of all of that and just go back to primal speak. Uh-huh. Just get into like whatever you need to say, and there it is. It's done. There's no there's no clumsiness in saying what you need to say. There's only clumsiness in having an expectation for what somebody else will think that you mean by it. You can't suit everybody's ears. Even if I had 3 listeners ever in my life, 3 people that would listen to me, I could never like they could never hear me in the same way. Imagine if you had a lot of people listening to you. Man, people are gonna be mad, happy, sad, confused, rejected, exalted, pr- profound, dumb, silly. What? All of that shit's gonna happen simultaneously for everybody all at the same time, and you have no part in the show. All you do is you just here it is. Do more of that. Just that's what you got to say. Yeah. Who the hell is this? Hold on, let me see who's here. Sorry, my screen is red. Whoever you just came in here. Uh, hey, Will Johnson. What the hell is this person's name? Wealth. Words anagram is sword. Yeah, word is the anagram for sword. Yeah. Yeah. An anagram, the anagram solver. I words rearrange. You know that? Do you know this? It's the anagram solver. I words rearrange. Yes. Yeah, your swords. Your tongue is your sword. The words. Do I know you? Do you know me? Oh, it's oh, okay. What's up? Tarot can yeah. What's up? What's up, dude? Yeah. I'm not pulling out any tarot right now. I'm too busy just chilling right now, making shows, um, because because the YouTube isn't processing any of them, so I'm just doing them live. And if people show up, they show up because people can't find them until it processes it, which takes it could take a day, could take 2 days, where it used to take 30 seconds. I don't fucking know. I guess it could be that there's so many people making videos right now that there's a longer waiting list on the algorithms. I don't fucking know. Yeah. Oh, swords and tarot. Okay, you're saying swords and tarot. Yeah, and tarot. Yeah, the tarot is the rota. Rota means rotate. So the tarot has to do with the rotating or spinning of the deck, the wheel of rota. It's how learning takes place. Well, not the proper learning, but one aspect of it. Which is the Torah. Tora is Rota, to rotate Torah. Uh, and tarot, yes. And the swords have to do communication. Yeah, yeah, okay. I thought you wanted me to pull them out. I was like, oh man, I can't fucking do that right now. You know what's funny? The Eight of Swords. Hey, do you? So you know then? What is the Eight of Swords? I know that the Eight of Swords comes up for me often, and whenever I'm polling for certain people, that card just frequently crosses my path. Eight of Swords. What does that mean? Do you know? Because I don't know the tarot like that. Not the minor arcana. The major arcana I play with, and like astrology and tarot. As much as people think I know it, no, I bleed it. It comes out of me. I just don't read the things, and I can look at it and it like if somebody was sitting next to me that knows the cards, I could shuffle them and they'd come out of me correctly, and they'd be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But I don't really like between astrology and the tarot. It all makes sense to me. I see how it works. I see how it functions together. Like a clock. I couldn't tell you what all the pieces were. You know what I mean? So Eight of Tarot, what is that? You know? And as if you can answer me, that's great. I'm gonna go fill this up, and if you can't answer me, I'll go and grab a book, I guess. Even though I don't want to fucking read right now. I guess I could grab a computer and just type in Eight of Swords. Unless one of you wants to do it, thank you. I'll be back. Let me go fill my cup up, and I'll get halfway drunk and pass out. Eight of Swords being trapped in thought in your mind. Yes. Yeah. And isn't that what see, I told you When people come around me, that pops up. And you were exactly speaking of that right there. Hmm. Or did I know what that card meant and I just told you? Huh. uh, uh. Oh, my favorite tune right here. Hope you guys can hear it. And I probably wouldn't be up at this hour right now because I've been kind of tired, but also kind of awake. If that might, you know what that feels like. Because I drank piss way too late today. Like it was like 8 o'clock or something. I didn't realize what time it was, and I was like, I'll just drink my last glass of pee, and then I looked over I was like, oh fuck, it's 8 o'clock. So, you get a little bit of extra mind readiness state. And my body's like, go to sleep, and my mind is like, nope, you're staying up doing the video. Well, I mean, if you know a bit, you know enough. There you go. But that make sense that somehow I just said that. Um, apparently you're into tarot more than I am. And also, hope you guys can hear the song that's on. It's one of my favorites. What's up, Joey Scott? Yeah, just like I might look like a little chinky eyed right now, but no, I didn't smoke anything, and just I wanted to go to bed, but I'm a little awake. So I'm trying to drink myself to sleep. I'm at a good point right now. I think I've got another. I think I got like 20 minutes for you guys, unless we get into a really cool conversation. We'll see. We'll see what we dig into, because I always can catch a second wind. Joey Scott, what time is it where you are? What are you doing? What are you doing at this late hour? And anybody else, what's up? If you got anything to add, any cute remarks, anything funny to say? Um, what's a good idea? Everything I say is pretty much a good idea. At some time and some place, it's a good idea. Sometimes I say things that are not good at the time or the place, but they're good at some time and some place. Some Jay Marley Central 130. Yeah. Drinking to sleep. Yeah, drinking. Oh, drinking to sleep is a good idea. Yeah, I'm almost there. Like I'm not drunk. I'm just like trying to get that nice buzz on. Get that Buzz Aldrin. Yeah, that's funny. To go to the moon. I'm gonna go with Shaun the Sheep and jump over the moon. Yeah, I kicked it into the wine. I was drinking a vodka with grapefruit earlier, and I think the high fructose mixed with the piss didn't do a good number on my just how awake you are. And so I was like, if I drink wine, that will make me sleepy. So it's almost nap time. Yeah, Joey, I've already done over the past couple weeks. I've already done my fair share of staying up for more than 48 hours. My Ayurvedic practices, which heats your brain up to burn off old things. So this is, if you don't know this, as much as I would love to read out of the chapter to explain to you perfectly what happens, Basically your brain heats up by about half a degree, which is a lot for your brain because it cools down like quickly. This is like just water cooling your brain down, so it should stay at the same temperature all the time. So half a degree is quite a bit. And so if you stay up for whatever reason, after like 48 hours, your brain heats up, and then it starts burning off things in your brain. And I did that twice, almost a third. I did it for 3 days, on like not on accident, but I just couldn't get to sleep one night, and so I got to the second day, and I was like, hey, well, fuck it, I've already been up for this. Let's just do it a third day. And so I just stayed up for a third night, and then I was like, then I slept like a fucking baby and had the most crazy dreams, and then the other day, like I don't know, like a week ago, I decided to like fucking do it again. Had nothing to do with any drugs or anything. I was just fasting, and I was like, oh, stay awake for a second day. Interesting stuff. If you've never done it, never do it for more than 72 hours. Bad idea, unless you're in the unless you're in some other, unless you want to see something that you don't. I don't know how to explain it, but you have to. That's military shit. But 48 hours, good idea. 72. After that, that's all bets off. Don't do it. That's hallucination mode. Then you need it. It's basically you need a babysitter unless you know what you're doing. If you're not familiar with it, do you want to be familiar? I'll go get the book. It's right there, man. I could still see, even in this lighting. See, I practice reading in the dark. Like I could read a page right now if you want. If you want me, it's a short chapter too. Just say the word, I'll get it done. I'm good. It's right there. Matthew James Maxwell, what's going on? What is it called? What is the practice called? I don't know what the practice is called. I'd have to look in the book. It probably has a proper name. Everything. But you know what's so funny is if you use is that what you want me to? Okay, cool. Because if I call it the Muladhara chakra, ooh, if you're wearing the white thing, she knows what she's talking about. Like, bitch, you mean root chakra? You mean your fucking cock? That's what you're saying. You're saying your taint. You're saying but you're gonna Muladhara. Just stop that. You don't speak. That's not your language. You don't even know what that word means. Give me anything besides the 7 chakras. Tell me anything. Tell me anything besides those 7 words, and then you got like 3 other ones that you know. Tell me anything. You know nothing. Don't tell me. Don't cherry pick words in another language because it sounds cute. That's why when I say them, I always have to go. I don't want to say that. I just mean the red thing. It's just there, right there. There's the energy. It's in your butthole. Well, it's not your butthole, but it's there. It's in your taint. It's in your, it's in there somewhere. It's around there. You'll find it. So it's from the Dhanvantari. It's from the Dhanvantari, the book, by Harish Johari, A Complete Guide to the Ayurvedic Life. The Dhanvantari. It's a companion, a companion reference to a few other books. Let's find a sleep. Notes on Sleep, Chapter 11. I got you. And then if this turns out to be too long, I'm only going to give you select pieces. I'm going to dip through because I don't want it. I think it's pretty quick though. So hold on, I gotta find the. Alright, I guess I could do this here. It's just let me just check again. I thought it was a specific chapter on not sleeping, but alright, I'll just read the whole chapter. It's only 4 pages. You ready? Chapter 11, Notes on Sleep. Let's see here. Because I get a little light off the TV here. Sleep is the least understood of the human phenomena. You can hear me over here? You can hear me when I'm speaking this way? This is good? Let me know. If I'm speaking this way, can you still hear me? Let me know that much. Where you said it's all good, you could hear me over here? Yes? One more time. Yeah, you could hear me? Yeah, okay, here you go. Sleep is one of the least understood of human phenomena, a void broken by a few scarcely remembered dreams, but one that consumes up to a third of each lifespan. One of the three pillars of the human life: food, sex, and sleep. Now, do you see where it says food, sex, and sleep? Three pillars of human life. I just want to jump in here. Maslow said the hierarchy of needs. Maslow's hierarchy of needs were, let's see. Somebody fill in the blanks where I'm missing here. First thing you need is let's see, food, clothing. It's food, then clothing, then shelter, then it's food, clothing, and shelter in that order, hopefully, I think. Then companionship, and then you have two more, then self-realization. Is that how it works? I don't think he talks about sex in there. And they're saying there's only three? They don't even talk about, they're like, basically, they said, fuck that shit. All you need is sex, food, and sleep. Yeah, they just said, fuck it. Fuck the whole thing. You need sex. Hey, whatever, you gave me the tantrum. I'm down. And then you got these assholes out here saying, no, everything's in you. You don't need sex. All right, and then, let's go back to this. I'm not gonna bring Maslow up again. He sounded like a fucking bore to me. A fucking bore. Maslow. What a fucking name. Of the three pillars of human life, food, sex, and sleep, only the effects of sleep are, by and large, purely beneficial. Oversleeping, while not desirable, is not nearly so harmful to the system as an excessive loss of semen or frequent and too large of meals. Why do all animals save the nocturnal carnivores sleep at night? Let me say that again. Sorry, I was laughing about Maslow. That's fuck. Hold on. Let me get my shit together. Whew, okay. Why do all animals save the nocturnal carnivores sleep at night? Clearly there is a relationship between the cycle of the sun and the cycle of sleep. During the course of any given day, half of the planet... Okay, see, now here they're wrong about this, but I think it's just a misunderstanding. But during the course of any given day, half the planet faces interstellar blackness. It just means the sun's over there, the moon's over there. The gravitational pull on the half exposed to the sun is less than that of the dark side. For the sun's pull compensates in a very small way for the mass of the earth when the sun is overhead. Similarly, see that's really always the most weird thing is when it's translated from the language into English, and then they also put their perceived notions of how the planet, like, this is always subject to that. So I wish I could have rephrased that for flat earthedness. When the sun is on the other side of the planet, okay, the sun is the giver of life, and during the daylight it continually bombards the planet with energized radiation. These frequencies enable plants to convert waste gas to breathable air, stage the whole play of weather and seasons. No shit, they're telling you that the planet and the plants are giving way to the weather and the seasons, and give people light to work and play with. By this same light is a powerful stimulant to the pineal gland, the master gland that regulates the whole endocrine system, which is, in turn, largely responsible for setting the pace of the body chemistry. Light induces the pineal to produce serotonin, a stimulant that triggers activity in the body. By this combination of factors, it becomes clear that there is a major difference in the nature of intensity of energy present on the two poles of the planet, light and dark. Solar energy is the rajas, and where present, it creates activity on the planet. The dark half of the planet is determined by tamas, or dominated by tamas. In daylight, people are active. The rajas dominate the state of consciousness. At night, people sleep. The tamas dominate the state of consciousness. The tamas dominated human consciousness brings on dullness, drowsiness, ignorance, lack of meaning, and stupidity. Do you want to understand? Do you understand why there's some people that live in the dark? You understand what black magic is? Like, to understand living in darkness, like to take ignorance and turn it into something. It's telling you right here. It's keying in on something that I've talked about for so long about there's no such thing as like good light magic and bad black magic. It just so happens that most of white magic is good and most of black magic is bad, because people do black magic out of unconsciousness and white magic out of consciousness. But there are people that stay awake into the darkness of the night, and they let the candle burn into the wee hours, and they become hermeticists, and they can read in the dark, and so they understand how to provide light and darkness for people. And so this is a kind of, it's showing you what black magic is, and melanin. And melanin again is related to melatonin, which is how you sleep. Melatonin, but melanin is blackness, and there you have neuromelanin too. So that we'll get into that a little later. I'll just do that for you guys. So when tamas dominates human consciousness, it brings on dullness. So he says when darkness, the moon, dominates human consciousness, it brings on dullness, drowsiness, ignorance, lack of meaning, and stupidity. One loses all interpretation, and the sense organs withdraw from the external realm to become perfectly introverted. This is why people need to learn to become lucid in their dreams, to become conscious and aware while it's dark out. Even if they're dreaming, their mind is still awake while it's all very dark outside. Or you can keep your body awake, your mind is still there. Sleep is the mechanism provided by nature to restore the inertia, or the tamas, of the body to the same tamas that is the food rajas used to create sattva. See, now those are all fun words. See, I wish they would just give me an English word for it instead of making us go sattva. No one says that. Ooh, you sound so intelligent. No, it's a word you don't understand. In sleep, the spinal cord stretches out parallel to the plane of the Earth's surface. Now see, I'm going to say this again. I'm going to say this again and again and again and again. At first, they were talking about the sun spinning around. They were talking about the Earth being a ball and spinning through outer space. And then they gave it away right here. They're telling you right here. Sleep is the mechanism provided by nature to restore the inertia of the body. The same tamas that is the food rajas to create the sattva. In sleep, here it is, the spinal cord stretches out parallel, flat, to the plane, flat, of the Earth's surface. They just fucking told you. Because someone actually translated without understanding what they just said. They didn't know what they were saying. They figured that everybody would listen to the first part and it would confuse them. But I'm not confused. I see it written plainly and clearly right there that it's a plane, and if I lay down with my back flat on the surface of the ground, it runs parallel along the plane of the realm that we live on. I mean, that's just a little side note, but it's very important. Given the maximum possible exposure to the surface area of to the direct pull of the gravity. Yeah, but again, they're misplacing what they mean. They just use gravity to cover up for two other things. The heart, which normally has to work to push the blood upward to the head, neck, shoulders, arms, and upper chest, can now pump the blood throughout the system with minimal effort. This is why you should have when you're sleeping, have your head as low as possible and raise your feet slightly. It'll help you dream better too. And also, there's something you can do here. I know I'm trying to get into the sleep. We're almost to the sleep deprivation thing, but there's something that happens if your head is okay. When you're sleeping, the best thing to do is cross your arms like this. Do you ever look at those Egyptian mummies? You know, the tombs. This is one way to do it. It's a good way. The other way is by the sides. I like this way. Sometimes this way, in here, but this one's comfortable for me most of the time. It balances out. It balances out for me. But usually when I'm sleeping, what I like to do is either dip my head to my left or my right because it's going to give you a different perspective on what you're going to dream on. You'll see two wildly different scenarios, like two different worlds. If I let my head tilt this way on my pillow versus this way, two different worlds. If I leave it this way, I mean, you know, the king's pose and all of this. Well, you got the king's pose, the king's posture, and the king's sleeping position. King's pose is sitting up on your knees next to the bed like you're praying. Okay, that's the king's pose. Then there's a posture, and then there's the sleeping. Sleeping is on the back. It's usually best to sleep on the back if you want to dream, but then putting your head allows water to reside in different parts of your brain. Because most people's brains, the fluids, you're going to be able to see a little different. You'll be able to move your eyes back here a little different. You'll see. Yeah, I like to give little side notes on this shit. So let me get back in this. So head down farther. Don't always. I sometimes use two pillows because it's just comfy. But if I really want to dream, it's one pillow and it's a buckwheat pillow. So my head squishes into it, and then I put the pillow around the side of my head, so it kind of cuts off a little bit of sound, and I feel a little bit underwater. It's pretty cool. And sometimes I'll even take one of my other buckwheat pillows and put it over the top of my skull. Yeah, that's awesome. And then it will bury my head in there, so I feel like my head is in sand, and I can't move it from side to side. That's fucking awesome. So if you ever get a chance to find yourself some buckwheat pillows for cheap, do it. They're pretty expensive. Like the king size ones are like $80. The queen size ones are maybe 50. And then the little baby ones are like maybe 30, 20. You get two. Oops, shit. Fuck, damn. Cocksucker motherfucker cunt. Okay, let me see. Oop, get back there. Get back to what you're doing. There you go. So yeah, go get yourself a couple buckwheat pillows. Put one underneath your... I put it underneath my neck, so it snaps my neck back a little bit, pushes my neck forward. Well, not forward, up. Needs my head back, so my brain gets down. And I put the other one on top of my head. Yeah. And then put a pillow either under my knees, like if you massage, they go behind your knees. That's helpful, or underneath the back of your feet, blood flow. Depends, but you'll see. I'm almost there. Don't worry, man. The heart, which normally works to pump the blood upward to the head, neck, shoulders, arms, and upper chest, can now pump blood throughout the system with minimal effort. And so obviously for 8 hours you don't gotta do shit, and your body will just start to change. Thus in sleep, the heart, while never fully resting, gains a little bit of respite from the normal workload of the day. Similarly, the lymphatic system no longer has to fight the pull of gravity. And again, every time I say gravity, it means density and buoyancy, and the continued efforts to cleanse and nourish the system. The nervous system, relieved of the countless commands dictated by the conscious system, also gains time to rest and recuperate. And this is also why you should fast, because all of these things upgrades all of those things very quickly. Thus, in sleep, the body is surcharged with inertia that it will continue in the following day's cycle of activity. Circulation of the brain also increases. The whole head is provided with more oxygen and vital force. This is why most people prefer to sleep with no coverings in on their heads, even though the rest of their body is well covered. I prefer a pillow, that kind of pillow on my head. Maybe they don't know about it. Then sleep in the natural and essential process for rejuvenating the body and in proper proportion can bring nothing but benefits. But sleep is only purely beneficial when not taken in excess or too little. Only through personal experimentation can one find the sleep cycle that is right for you. And there are a bunch of different sleep cycles. A bunch of different them. Uberman's a good one. If you really want to get on it, the Bucky Fuller one is, I think it's called the I want to say Maxi. No, what the hell did he call it? Eh, look up the sleep cycles. There's a couple really good ones. The best hours for sleep are those from the 3 hours after sunset to 90 minutes before dawn. Going to bed with a full stomach diverts energy from recharging the system and increases tamas in the system, as well as producing bad dreams. In all cases, one should have fresh air in the room while sleeping. Taking rest in an unventilated room is very injurious to the system. If one takes no sleep during the day and never sleeps within 3 hours after eating, that person will remain always young and charming, according to the Ayurvedic texts. Where did the fucking thing go about? See, now that's so funny. That is not where we need the chapter on nuts. That wasn't in there. Well, you got that part. That's so funny. That's not it wasn't even in that chapter. So I found it in a different chapter. That's hilarious. No, let's try one more. Let me try one more. That would be so hilarious. Oh, here it is. I just found it. I don't know how that happened. It was on a prior chapter? No shit. I want to see what chapter it was in. How the hell did that happen? It was on a chapter on food? Hey, who shut my TV off? Who shut my TV off? I didn't even do that. I had nothing to do with that. Why would it be at the end of my video? I didn't do that. Oh. Well, I mean, it kind of worked out because as soon as I found it in the wrong chapter, my TV just went to fucking black. What's that about? Anybody explain that shit to me? Anybody? Anybody? First one to answer me that question properly. Well, I don't know what happens, but all right, here we go. I needed a little bit of that light from that to read this, but here you go. So what was this in? It was in about sound consciousness, psychedelics, psilocybin, physiological sleep fasting. Oh, here you go. Why is it back here though? What is this? What is happening right now? Did somebody change where the book was? Okay, I mean, I'll take it. So, here you go, guys. I found it. The Physiology of Sleep Fasting. Here it is. When a physician wants to measure the activity taking place within a human brain, small electrical conductor. Let me make sure this is the part of the chapter I want to read, because now I feel like somebody came in here and fucked with my book. Give me 1 second, yo. Hmm. Oh man, I might have to read you this whole thing. Damn it. Fine, I'll at least read you this first part because I said I would, and man, there's way more. I totally forgot. Here you go. Wow, it goes back this far? No shit. Alright, fine. The flow of a person's consciousness is governed by natural rhythmic cycle. The beats of this movement are called the waking state, the sleep state, and the dream sleep state. And there is a fourth state as well, but is the elusive altered state of consciousness sought by practitioners of hard self-discipline, such as yoga, and not part of the normal daily patterns of awareness. All of a person's life is regulated by the cycle of three basic states. Within the field comes another rhythm, the cycles of dreams, which repeats itself in all three states. The waking states see dreams manifest into fantasies and daydreams, while the two sleeping states see dreams in their purest form. Fantasies and daydreams consume more human energy than any other endeavor. Humanity has wasted more time in cloud chasing than in any other activity. Daydreams and fantasies seize upon the awareness and drain off the purest and most subtle forms of creative energy, yielding nothing of value in daily life. Fantasies and daydreams are an escape from the world of action into the realm of self-indulgence. Fantasies are not imagination, for imagination implies conscious control of the creative faculties for the evolution of a specific goal. Fantasies are undirected manifestations of unfilled desires that yield no goal, no practical means of fulfilling desires, excuse me. Imagination is the direct manifestation of unfulfilled desire, focused in the most effective manner to bring about fulfillment of the desire. The constant barrage of sensory stimuli presented by the electronic and print media creates a multitude of desires, in turn triggering human fantasies in an unprecedented rate, at an unprecedented rate. As machines free people from hard labor and long working hours, the empty void of time thus created is filled with fantasy far too frequently. To break the rhythm of consciousness and restore mind and body to a zero point from where to tune the clock of life in synchronicity with the rhythm of the planet is the job of the sleep fast. Humanity is consciousness, with five work organs and five sense organs at its disposal. Consciousness gives people its purpose. The work organs and the sense organs supply the ability to fulfill that purpose. The real task confronting a person is realization of one's own true nature, pure consciousness, without falling into the snares created by one's own tools. I still want to get right to the part that I was going to tell you about how long you should do. All right, you know what? I'm going to take a break from that now. For now, I'm gonna fast from reading because it's anytime I'm reading, something makes me sleepy about it. So I'm gonna try not to sleep. I'm trying not to fall asleep reading that, and I will. Maybe not tonight, but maybe tonight. Just give me a second. Let me just chat with you guys, see what you said. That way I could just talk without interruption of my eyeballs. Yeah. Or maybe I'll tell you tomorrow. Who knows? Either way you look at it, I'll get you the rest of the thing. Huh. What's up, Freakzilla? What book is this? Don Montari. Oh, dude, it's not like that. It's not like that. I do you know how some people need a break from like if I'm running laps, I need to take a net like a rest from that. Like for me, looking and reading out of a book, I need that. I can't read for too long because that reading makes me tired. You know, reading makes anybody tired, I suppose. That's why I try not to. I only do it during the daytime. Oh, well, I'll do it most times for anybody. I'll read for people. I love reading for people. It just it just does quickly make a man tired. It even makes gods tired. I'm sorry I wrote this book and I gotta read it to you. Learn to read, motherfucker. Read it for yourself. It's called the Don Juan Tari. Yeah, hey Joey Scott, I'll probably will finish it in a second. Let me finish this. This will give me all the will to live and more. It was just that I seen 6 pages and I know how long it takes to read a page, and so I was doing the math in my head and I was like, fuck, that's like almost like 20 minutes, and it's done it again. Look at that. I've done nothing here. I have nothing to do with this. I have nothing to do with your bullshit here ads. That was never on there before. It was like, pay me, bitch. Come on, what is this doing? Huh? Oh, we're gonna play this game now. Yeah. Oh man. I'm gonna have to order in some sake and a fucking tug job, man, for real. Yeah. Sake and a tug job? I don't know. I think if I were to ever get if I ever to pay for if I ever pay for it, I think I would get a foot job. I don't know why, because I think they probably would have really nice feet. I don't know why. Never even thought about it, but now thinking about it, because like if I'm gonna pay for it, like why pay for something that I could get from anybody for free? Like okay, like I don't want a hand job from anybody. That's weird. Like I'm better at jerking myself off. I don't need all that. I get laid for free, so I'm not gonna pay for sex. Yeah, you know, head for free, whatever. You know, I don't know. Foot job? That's a weird request from most chicks. I think. I don't think I've ever really asked for that. I mean, it's a thing, I guess, but I think a little Asian chick would have like cute feet, and she probably knows what she's doing, and she takes care of her feet, and I would pay for that. So I would pay for a foot job in full, like pho, like feed me noodles, give me a foot job, and let me drink sake, and I'm good. And I've never even considered this concept, but I think if I were to, that would be. I would think I would yeah, and I think my payment would I would be like, okay, come here, I will give you the best rub down ever, and you feed me pho noodle, and yeah, and give me a foot job. I think that'd be great. That's a fair trade. I wouldn't give her any cash. I only work in trade. So yeah, pho is good. Yeah, there's a lot of good pho restaurants around here, man. A lot of good. I just ate Thai today. Uh, Pho is good. Yeah, for real. I want to open up a pho restaurant called For Real. Then day 4. What kind of fast? Just water? Oh man, you know what? I don't have the only time I ever had any. Well, I had food. I had food fasting dreams. Uh, One time, I was on. The first time I did fast, my really long one, the 43-day water fast, and about day 23, I had the most intense, vivid dream where I was eating in my dream, like eating and eating and eating, and then I woke up and I was like, oh fucking, I ruined my fast. Then I started to get my shit together. I was like, I couldn't tell if yesterday was a day that I went out and did this shit and I ate, and I had to like, I was like, I was here clear as day and going, did I dream that or did I really go out and eat yesterday? And I was like, it to me it was like, you get out and you get drunk and you're like, what the fuck did I do that yesterday? And you kind of brown in that brown mode where you're like, had a good time, blah blah blah. You miss a couple parts, but I was water fasting, And during my dream, I literally had to think about yesterday, and I had to really consider, did I eat yesterday? And I looked at my friend, I was like, did we eat yesterday? Like, no. I was like, that was a dream, but it was so fucking vivid. Yeah. Just urine water? You had a smoothie? Yeah, but urine water? Yeah, you know what? How about hey Joey? I mean, it'll be more fun. It's called the Don Wantari, but and I don't. You can probably find the book for cheap online, or you can find it for free online. I'm sure. Find it for yourself. It's in the chapter on fasting. So if you don't want to wait for me to do it, I'll probably do it tomorrow. I'm not gonna go to sleep right now, but I just don't fucking feel like reading again right now. I feel like going and fixing myself one last drink and then smashing this out and taking a nap with you guys. What do you think about that? Oh, get stretched out here for the night. All right, all right. Back in business. Okay, here we are. Mm. Okay, we're back. What do you want to get into now? But yeah, I had to go turn the lights off too because um, I don't know. Just I'm feeling like I could probably. You ever take a nap in the afternoon? You ever do those? Like I feel like right now this is like afternoon nappy. Like when I'm done here, I'm probably gonna hit this, listen to this music, and just pass out in that perfect way where you wake up. You're like, yeah, my neck is cramped, but you dream really good. Like I need a little thing behind my head here just to hold my head up straight so I can take a good nap. What's up, Synchron? What are you doing, man? I feel like I should be in a rock band right now. Like I'm wearing like black eyeshadow. Like I feel like my eyes are all darked out. And I have long eyelashes and mascara and I smoked way too much weed. Well, I didn't, but I don't know. I guess the wine got me feeling a little bit. It's a little bit of a little buzzy buzz. It's weird. It's weird. Like after you don't drink for a while, like the buzz is different. Like, I don't get a buzz. It feels different. Like yes, Isn't that all there is though? I think enough people here know. You, we all consume different types of things to feel different. You do everything you do is to feel different. Like I felt like this for a long time and it's great, but I'd like to feel different. How would you like to feel? Different? Better? Sure, that'd be great. Worse? I don't think so. Just different. It's all just different feeling. It's not better or worse. I mean, some shit sucks, but some people like that. I don't know how it works. I just know it's consume this. It just feels different. Sit here all day in a transcendental meditation. Eventually, you're gonna want to not be in transcendental. I can't even say the word right now. Got me stuttering at fucking 2 in the morning, but yeah. Ah, Synchron, you get some gin? Yeah. Yeah, Synchron, that's the way to look at it, man. Yeah. uh, Yeah, lows and highs are different, man. I mean, it's not, I mean, it is, you don't want to be so, like, stark and, oh, everyone's, fucking, some people say this. They say someone's trash is someone else's treasure. Yes, but then there's also, that good food is good food and trash food is trash food. Would I ever say, oh no, I'd rather have a bag of Cheetos and a fried egg over, like, steak and lobster? Unless I ate steak and lobster every day of my fucking life, there's not even a fucking chance. So there is some sort of, gradient in there yeah, that we got to work with. Are you hungry? Oh, I forgot about that. You fasting? Yeah. Be hungry then. Be hungry. Enjoy the feeling of being hungry. See, is that a good? At least you know what. At least you got 2 feet and hands, man, and you can feel hungry. You know. Yeah, fuck that, man. Anybody that says steak and lobster ain't one of the greatest fucking meals. And it's funny. Poor lobster used to be the poor man's thing. But shit, I need to use it as there's a couple other things I would do. I would have a small piece of steak, a giant lobster tail. Then I have like pasta with truffle butter, mushrooms. It would be a linguine, a little bit of lime juice. I would probably do like I'd probably do like a lemon lime. No, yeah, I guess I would use lemon on that. Yeah, and then I would do like some sort of a fried. I would do some sort of tomato based thing, and then I would have to have the fifth portion to that, which would be like some like collard greens. I just want some collard greens. Yeah, because it's very very bitter. That's gonna clean up parts that I'm eating there. Yeah. And then the plate's gonna look real nice. We got the red, we got the brown, we got the greens from the collards. We got that pasta with the mushrooms in it, and the truffle on top. Ugh. Lemon better truffles. Ugh, ugh. A little bit of fresh green, whatever your favorite preference for the aromatics is. And then then like a blueberry and raspberry crumble with a creme fraiche, sour cream, and a sweetened balsamic vinegar reduction with cilantro, basil, demi glace. Just a little like oil, like kind of demi like it. You demi glace that, so you just get just that in the pan, and it's like a little, and you just a little bit of that right on there, on the pie. Get the fuck out of here. Give me my Michelin stars. And I didn't even cooked it yet because I didn't even tell you what I'm gonna do with the lobster. Lobster ain't even gonna be like normal. No way. It ain't even gonna be red. We're gonna cook it in basil, just like a basil bath. A basil bath encrusted, they just basil all over that lobster. You have no idea. Mm. Sorry, I got talking all food sex to you while you're hungry. And the steak, man. Mm. People have no idea how to care for that. Thank you. Hey, Joey, thank you. But the thing is, you can't even get five of them. But I'll get a fourth one. They got 3 Michelin stars. That's what they got. They got one, which means you go to up to 5 miles off the expressway, I think. And you got two, which means you gotta, like, if you're taking a trip, you go 20 miles off the expressway. You go in somewhere 20 miles, whatever, 20, 30 miles. And then three means if there's food anywhere off of the major thing, you go and find it. That's 3-star Michelin, 3 Michelin stars. Yeah, I'd get 5 of them. Yeah. And I wouldn't be so like fucking like, oh, I'm gonna use some microgreens with the and put the in the a little clam like, oh, short neck clams and it's all local and but, here I'll plate up my booger. How's that? Is that good? But okay, but by the way, I do have to apologize on that dessert. There's also gonna have to be ice cream with it, and it would be like made out of a sour cream. It'd be a sour cream ice cream. Yeah, like lemon curd sour cream ice cream with the hmm. It would be like a pecan butter and like I would probably do like I'd probably use, see, pecan butter and trying to see. Oh, I would do a lot of fresh cracked pepper all over the ice cream. Pecan butter, fresh cracked pepper. I mean, you gotta just go with the vanilla. You gotta add a little vanilla to the sour cream ice cream. It's over. Like you're not gonna beat that. Yeah, but have you ever had sour cream ice cream? No, you haven't. But I'm telling you. Yeah, like Zen, have you worked in any kitchens ever? Where? No, I just know what the fuck I'm doing. Hmm. Damn, you know what? I might have to go grocery shopping again tomorrow. Now that I know there's a store open, I might just go have to go buy all of these things. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I'm gonna do a show. It's gonna be called "I Will Make Zen." I told you guys, and this is just for you guys. Everybody here knows this. I told people I was gonna do this show, cooking with Pan. Because Pan God, go God, blah blah, cooking with Pan, right? And I said I'll show you how to cook, and maybe what I'll do is I'll do a show that if people give me and donate enough money, I will go buy all the groceries to make any fucking meal. Like I'll make that meal. That will probably cost me. It sucks because I gotta buy every one of those items, like enough of it that I'm not gonna use all of it. That's a $50 meal, but I probably have to spend like 120 on everything. Between like, okay, I gotta buy more than enough of everything, but I'll make the whole goddamn thing. I'll do it on camera. I'll just make you the crazy. I'll show you guys how to cook the whole fucking thing, start to finish. Like the crumbles and everything. I mean, there's a couple of things I won't be able to do from scratch because I mean, I'll have to do like with like store bought shit where I'd like to do it from scratch, but yeah, you get the idea. So maybe I'll do that tomorrow, and I could eat fucking whatever I just said with the lobsters and stuff. Lobster and lobsters. I'm stuffing lobster. I don't know. I just want the straight lobster and the basil. Anyways, so what's next? What's next? I don't even know what that means. I've never even heard of that. Oh, the spunk. Okay, now I get what you're saying. Spunk crumpets. Yeah. I'm not much to see, while I can definitely make bake and do pie crusts and make pizza and all of this. I don't prefer all of the waiting time, and I don't have enough counter space like where I live now. Like when I years ago when I used to have a giant fucking marble countertop, the kitchen was gigantic, and it was marble everywhere. And I had so much counter space that I could make all of the things, let them sit aside, and I had an extra shelf for eating, and then I got this over here, and I could put this over here, put this over here, and a giant refrigerator that I could make pastries and I could make the best croissants you've ever fucking heard of. You don't even know how to make croissants. It just takes 2 days because you got to chill all the butter so many times. You got to roll it out flat, roll it this way, chill it again. You got to. There's so many things to do to make good croissants that has the fluffy, flaky, which you ain't getting a good croissant unless people know that it's simple ingredients, but it's a process, and you got to have a kitchen space, and I just don't have that. So I can't really be fucking with making things that are like oven based too because I'm working with electric stove, so that's already fucking up a lot of things I can do, and not enough countertop space, so I can do, you know, like even if I cleaned all my counter space off here, I got like eight square feet. You know what I'm saying? Hi, puppy head. What are you doing? I gotta give my dog a little highs. What are you doing, baby? Hi. Hi, dog. What are you doing? Jenny, you want to go to bed? Oh, I'm getting sequestered from puppy to go take a nap. So, you guys, it's been glorious. Hopefully, you've enjoyed the food sex hotline and the talk and sleep. Going without sleep. I'll go into the rest of the book tomorrow. Please remind me. Hope you all enjoyed. Stay well, do weird things, and if your puppy needs your attention, give it to her or him or whatever you got. Stay cool, be funky and groovy and weird, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, y'all.